how to read the Urantia book, or at least my suggestions. I've seen even PhDs intimidated by the Urantia book, by the size of it, and there is probably portions of it maybe not understandable by anybody on the planet. But after reading it over and over, I've determined there's several the different papers that would probably be appropriate for people to read first, the things that you most need to learn on Earth. Not all of you need to know how an electron forms, but that was something that was very important to me. So here's my suggestions for reading. I would, for the most part, skip the foreword, although you can read the introduction and the acknowledgement at the end. But there's parts of it that are just so hard. They've tried to introduce terms that we just have never been familiar with. And so I think it's very hard for mortals to start out understanding the foreword, and it's intimidating to a lot of people. So you could read the introduction and the acknowledgement, and then I would start with the first 5 papers, which are all on God. These are all understandable by most people and all necessary. Then I would skip to paper 119, which is the bestowals of Jesus before his earth bestowal. And I would read it on through to 196, the whole life and teachings of Jesus. And as far as these first bestowals, there's several things that you might need to know if you haven't read the other parts of the book. Gabriel is a brightening morning star. He's the first creation of Jesus and Christomaya upon starting his universe. Nebadon is the name of the universe of Jesus, and its capital is Salvington. Gran Fonda is the first mortal to ever make it to heaven. The Avanal sons are the judges. Jesus doesn't judge anybody. There's other Avanal sons come from paradise to do the judging for him. Jesus is a Michael's son, so when you see Michael's son or Michael, it's talking about Jesus. And Emmanuel is the Union of Days. He's God's representative in the universe of Jesus. So I would read these all the way to the end, 196. Then I would go back and read papers 99 through 103. These are on religion. And these are very important. There's important information here for people to learn how to live on Earth. So it covers an awful lot, weaknesses of institutional religion. Then when you finish those, I would skip to 107, which is on the thought adjusters. 107 through 111 all cover the thought adjuster. And these are all very important for people to learn. And then the final reading I would, in this first reading, would be paper 112 on personality survival. This is how you get to heaven, and that's all mapped out there. So at any time, though, you can go to the table of contents in the beginning and read any paper that appeals to you. And there are a lot of them, and you should also remember that there's a subject index. And so any subject that you're interested in, at least in these books that by this particular printer, well, here's elephants, if you want to know about elephants. Domesticated 5000 BC. So if you're a serious student, then you should go and look in here to find out any subject that you're interested in. So that's how I would read your Urantia book. Of course, you can read any part of it, or you can just slog through the whole thing. It takes a lot of courage and a lot of energy to make it through, but consider reading the shortened version.